We're here in Lone Pine in Clark County with.
Brandy, Terry.
And Brandy, have you experienced any changes in the climate while you've lived here?
Yeah, there's been a lot. About 2-3 years ago, we've actually had some major flooding out here that took the campground roads out, took the Skull Canyon Bridge out, and part of Highway 28 out. This year out wheeling, I've come across 2 avalanches that I've never ever seen in all my years of being out here since '84.
Do you know why those avalanches happen?
I'm thinking because this winter we really had a lot of wet snow and heavy snow. The snow out here is normally not got a lot of moisture in it, and this year it really had a lot of moisture in it. So I'm expecting more, and the creeks run real high this year. So.
How have these changes affected you and your family?
Hasn't really affected me too much. My yard this winter about got flooded, but cause the creek got froze up and come back around into my yard and ran through my yard, the whole creek and around the bush and back down into the normal creek bed and channel, but hasn't really affected me too bad.
Yeah. Have you learned about climate change at all?
Pardon?
Have you learned about climate change at all?
What I'm out here, just what I've seen and observed.
Yeah, but not in school or anything.
No. Nope. Not in school.
Cool. Well, do you have any stories you might want to share about a time when fire or flood affected you?
Oh, let's see. Fire. There's been Forest Service fires out here, forest fires. The closest one to me was in Bear Canyon.
When was that?
That was back in the 90s. Somewhere, I can't remember exact year, but back in the 90s and stuff. And that was due to lightning strike. It was just a normal Forest Service fire. And then the major big one that we had down on the site, that was a huge one.
When was that one?
That was 3 years ago, I think it was. 4 years ago.
And where was that?
Down on the site.
On the site.
INEL.
Okay.
The INEL grounds down here where you come to the border there. That whole flat was on fire down there, and you driving up you could see it. And it was working its way up here, but they got a hold of it. And I think that one burned it was in the news. It burned. Don't quote me because I'm not quite sure, but I think about 100,000 acres.
Wow. How did that affect you?
Antelope really migrated up into here. Kind of left the valley too because they didn't know which direction to go and went over onto the Howe side and stuff. And the animals, for hunting and stuff, that's kind of how that affected everything.
What about the smoke?
The smoke, that was a little rough for a little while. I'm pretty lucky in here. I'm between Diamond Peak and Bell Mountain. So I'm in a little banana belt. Everything hooks off of those and either goes below me or above me, 10 miles below and 10 miles above. So I'm kind of lucky that way.
Yeah.
And the one winter where it was really bad in '88, we had the road was totally shut off. And we had the National Guard land a big double Huey helicopter in the parking lot out here.
Because of?
Come check on us.
Because it was so much snow.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
We couldn't get out. Nobody could get in. And that was when DuBois really got hit too, and they lost a lot of cattle because they were frozen, just standing there. They couldn't go nowhere. So.
How long did you say you lived here?
Since '84, since I was 11
Wow.
years old.
Where did you move from?
Idaho Falls.
Idaho Falls. Why did your family choose to move up here?
Stomping grounds. My uncle's hunting ground. So, yeah, stomping grounds. We knew about this area. My uncle loved hunting out here, so did my grandpa and stuff. They hunted out here all the time. And he just by chance got lucky when he was up here archery hunting antelope. And he told her, give me 2 days. So she did, and here we were.
Wow. Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate you taking the time. Is there anything else you want to say about climate change or any of its effects?
No, it it's changed a little bit throughout the years. Used to be a lot more grass, a lot greener.
And now it's drier.
Yeah, it's kind of dried up, not as wet until these last couple of years.
Why do you think it's been drying up?
Just I don't know. I explain it. It's just we haven't had the winters either until these last couple of winters.
So the overall trend has been less snow, drier winters, and then hotter summers?
Yeah, pretty much. And it's kind of changed a little bit to where the summers are like non-existent, and we're going like right from winter to fall. We don't have a summer. It's like a month. it's
What do you mean by that?
Well, normally June, July, August, September is pretty warm and in the 80s and 80 degrees and 90s. And they're not getting into the 70s. They haven't been the last couple of years. They've been into the 70s for like maybe a month.
So you're saying it's really cold and then all of a sudden it's really quick, really hot, really quick.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And maybe that causes some of the avalanches too, huh?
That could. The unstable snow and the wet snow. Yeah. Yep. It could. And all my years of being out here, I've seen tail signs like up off of Diamond Peak, which is like common and stuff. But where I've seen them in 8 Mile and up in Little Sawmill, or not Little Sawmill, but Spring Mountain Canyon, these last couple of weekends, I've like never ever seen it like that. Ever. They've never avalanched.
Wow. Cool. Yeah. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you taking the time.
You're welcome.